what we're going to do now.
Hi, I'm Uncle Mark. Welcome to my channel. Just working on my 1995 Intrepid. I'll do the fuel filter. First thing I'm going to do is get at is a fuse box. Well, that's actually a relay box on the driver's side. Just across the fender. Beside the fender, there's this little tab here. If I take a screwdriver and just push it out a little bit, the top should come off. I'm looking for a fuel pump relay. So if I can pull that, and it's marked here, kind of confusing. There it is right there. And you kind of just have to look at the layout because it depends on which way you hold this. Does it go that way? Because this actually fits like that. So if you flip it over, that's not the way they look. Those little guys are actually on this side. Anyway, it'll make sense once you look at it. There it is right there. If I can just wiggle and jiggle it. Lots of wiggling, lots of jiggling. It comes out. It'll go back in only one way, so don't have to remember anything there. What this does is it cycles your fuel pump on and off. So I'm going to turn it to the on. I don't hear a fuel pump coming on, so that's good. Just going to crank it over. This way it's releasing the fuel pressure in the lines so that I don't get squirted in the face. Especially if it's just been running, because it could be fairly high pressure, like 35 to 65 pounds per square inch. It's on the on the passenger side, the same size as the gas tank. I'm going to go at it from the back here. There is not much room, even with the vehicle jacked all the way up. I'll show you here, and then I'll stick a jack stand under it. And there it is right there, and ooh, it looks kind of rusty. In a perfect world, these things come off pretty easy. So a tab on that side and a tab on this side. I just need a screwdriver to undo the one side, and I should just need my fingers to get the other side. So I'm going to spray them with a little bit of lubricant just so that everything is, you know, kind of slimy and slippery. Should make things move a little easier. That's the theory. Same with this side, this connector. Just trying to get inside there. This stuff's not going to hurt anything. Should just be able to squeeze that with my fingers, and it should just click. And if you push it in and out a little bit as you're clicking it down, it should just undo. Now this one I had to fight with it a little bit. I'm not going to show you all the fighting, but this is how it works. The clip is there. Pretend my fingers are the connector that's going to go over the clip, and it squeezes it down, and then where my fingernail is, it just locks in there, and that's all that holds the connector on. So you push the outside edges as far as you can. It should let go of those little fingers. This clip will stay on the fuel filter, and the connector should just pop off. So I had to twist the connector around a little bit so I could grab it. I'm going to kind of cheat here just a teeny bit and try and push those down a little bit. And it should just come off. We're going to fast forward here right away. I did make a video on how this ended up being a nightmare, but you'll be able to find it right away. If those fingers should just work with my fingers, but I'm going to use this is how it should work. Squeeze them, wiggle a little bit as you squeeze, and it should pop up and off a little bit, and the line may just make it a little harder to pull it back, but there it should just clip off like that. That's the way it's supposed to work. This front one's a little easier. I just take a screwdriver, and there's a little plastic piece in there. If you push it in,
Come off that easy, is it?
it should just pop off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being gentle because this is old. I'm wondering if this is as old as the car. See, that one popped up, okay? Just got to pull it away from the fuel filter.
Oh, it smells too like fuel.
Yeah, there we go.
Stinky. Alright, what about this other
Now
one?
this one I had to undo. There's a bolt on here. I believe it's a 10 millimeter. And that just holds the bracket on. So I got that off. It came off fairly easy, and then the whole filter and this bracket should come off. It's just a plastic bracket, so I didn't want to pull and yank too hard. I think actually probably could have, if the fuel filter was newer. It's just sitting in there, a friction fit. I thought it was like tightened like a hose clamp or something, but it's not. I got it out of the way there. Let it drain a little bit of fuel. It didn't drain a lot of it. It drained, I don't know, well, it can hold whatever it holds. I'm going to sit it in a vise just to get this plastic clamp off of here. I'm just going to tap it down. It's just plastic, like I say. I thought it would have had an adjustment or something, but it's supposed to be friction fit. But of course, with all the rust, it didn't just want to come off easy, and I didn't want to break it. That's how I got it off. You can figure out how you want to get it off. If you have a better idea, and you probably do. So I got it down to the bottom, and then just grab my fingers. Tried twisting it. It's like, nah, it doesn't want to twist. I just use the thumbs of my fingers and pull it towards myself. Maybe a little bit more lubricant would help, but it came off. So I got my new filter. I'm going to do myself a favor and write the mileage on it. It was done at, this is kilometers, so 200,000 kilometers, so whatever that is, 135,000 miles or something. I'm going to write the date too. It's the 10th month, 2022. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to put some packing tape around it just so that that mileage stays on there, because I'm going to get probably fuel on it or something. I'm just going to want to rub it off. It actually works pretty good. Then if somebody looks under the car they're on, then it tells you which way it clicks on. On this vehicle, it only goes on one way because the connectors are both different and the size of the ends are a little bit different. So that should just click in, line it up, and should just click.
Oh, that's what we need to do.
I'm just spraying some stuff on these lines here. I'm using something called fluid film just to stop the rust from going any further than it is. It won't actually eat away at the rust. It's just more like rust prevention from getting any further. Imagine one day these lines are going to get corroded enough that they're going to want to leak. It looks like a couple of them have been replaced.
We hope.
The side on the front, actually, it just clicks in really nice and easy. There you go. So I'll just give those fittings a tug just to make sure they've actually clicked in. And spray some of this stuff in this bolt hole too. Put my bolt back in. Snug it up. Then put my relay back in. This is a fuel pump relay. There it goes. Lid back on, only goes one way. Flip it down. Get in the car. Put it on. See if I can hear the fuel pump come on. I did hear it. I'm just going to look underneath and see if it's leaking at all. It doesn't look like it, as it's built up pressure. Might take a second to start, or do it twice. I'm going to check again for leaks and make sure there's no leaks, and then I can put the car down and should be good for a while. Well, hopefully yours went okay if that's what you've already tried to do, or if you're just planning ahead, maybe just check and see how hard it is to get off. If you do have some issues, I've put a video at the very end of this video. Go right to the end there, and you'll see the video of what really happened. I showed you the easy way it came off, but it didn't really come off very easy. But I think this is like original from, what year is the car? 1995. So 30 some years that thing has been on there. I'm pretty sure it's original. Anyway, if you like the video, please give me the thumbs up. You can subscribe down in the bottom as well. And if you do have an Intrepid, why not check out the playlist? We'll put it right here. And it's got a whole bunch of videos and more adding all the time until this car's history. Probably hang on to it for a year or so, do a bunch of videos, and then move on to something else. Until next time, I'm Uncle Mark saying you and your family stay safe. Bye-bye for now. Please subscribe. You'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
A minute. stupid holder's junkers, like I said in the review.
If you're trying to take the fuel filter off,